Hi traders, I bagged 280 points today, so very quick run through in what I was up to. Bagged a lot of that in the room this morning, which was nice. And I traded this to the upside in the Euro session, and in the back end, as we get into the second half of the US session, I started shorting, obviously because of that congestion. So I nicked a good 50 points on the downside and got 80 points on the upside. So that's the beauty of being a day trader. You can pick off the trend at the open and the likely trend for the bulk of the Euro session period, but you could look at the resistance areas in the back end of the day and then see if there are some opportunities for the downside. Basically, we've got FOMC tomorrow, so a lot of the data is out of the way already. We've had inflation for the Euro, UK and US, and some other bits and pieces, and on the whole the data has been pretty good. I mean, the markets like a degree of inflation. What they don't like is deflation. So inflation has given the market something to be cheery about, because after all that's the whole reason why we had quantitative easing in 2009 anyway, because Japan is now in its, I think it's its fourth recessionary period in 5 years or something, because they're in a horrendous 25-year deflationary cycle. Okay, so enough of the fundamentals, back to the technicals. This is obviously a major critical crossroads. We've got like this. We're in this channel. When we came out of this channel, we blasted into the top of this channel, and here we are struggling with this area here. What do I think is going to happen? I think the determining factor is going to be FOMC. Whatever the market decides to do with FOMC news tomorrow, 2 hours before the US session closes, that will potentially be the direction for the run-up to Christmas, or at least the foreseeable future. And so what do I think is going to happen? I think the path of least resistance is actually down, but obviously if we close above this channel we could go and test 11,500. This is a big blast to the upside. Let's have a wave count. We've had 1, 2, 3. This was wave 4, into two-part wave 4. This is wave 5. So the question is, do we get continuation in wave 5, or is this going to conclude, roll over, break this trend line, and start to come and see 10,000 on the bottom of the channel? We're going to know tomorrow. Alright, so what I think I will do is, instead of trading the Euro session tomorrow, I'm going to hold back and then open the room at 6:45 UK time, prepare for the FOMC, let the FOMC come out of the way, and then see what we get out of it. Okay, so let's have a look at the Dow, because obviously that's still got 2.5 hours to go. And as you'd expect, with a resistance area like this, the highs are selling. I've left fibs on this one because this is not as clear cut as the DAX, in that we haven't got a clear cut channel. What we have got is a distribution pattern up here, and a lot more of a fib area in front of us, which is creating a lot of problems. Okay, so same story. We break 460 tomorrow, or break today's low, and this is going to come tumbling down, and we're going to get another leg to the downside. Equally, we start closing above this area here, which is probably about 800, I think. So again, I'm going to bracket this today's range, and whichever way we come out of that could be the direction for foreseeable future. Path of least resistance, I think, is down, on the basis that we've had Oh, blimey. Wave count. Let's have a look. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's obviously a wave, 5 wave inside of this wave as well. Now we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is an A, and it's potentially the end of a B wave correction. So this could be the start of a C wave short. And you can tell from the reaction of the market today, the way the highs are selling in the second half of the US session, that the market could be pricing that in as well. Okay, so that's what I think of that one, and a few more charts. Pound is indecisive. Absolutely range bound. I bracketed this in yesterday's video and it's pushed either side of the bracket, hence the reason why I concentrated on the pound yen and not this one. It did well on the pound yen, by the way. Let's have a look at that one. Now this is a fantastic chart pattern. I did do okay on this. It's a little harder to trade this one actually. Bought a little dip with a very small position late in the day, and I've just been stopped out, so given a few pennies back. I think it's a great chart pattern, phenomenal chart pattern. The resistance was formed from December last year, busted down underneath it in July and broke up nicely. So the dips have been bought. Whenever you get a decent move to the upside, the bulls step in. A decent move to the upside, a downside, sorry, the bulls move in. Downside, bulls move in. So we've got this tight spring now. So I think you know what I'm going to say. Whichever way we come out of this spring is going to be potentially quite an aggressive move. So having made some money out of it today, and built a position in this, I have been scaling in and scaling out all the time because it has been choppy, because it has been clear cut, and obviously unable to break. I've been managing my trades, so stay tuned and I'll update you as things go on. The fact we come off 188 and drop 40 points doesn't alarm me to the short side too much. Obviously, I will just manage my account accordingly and make sure I don't get too overloaded on one side or t'other. Right, so update. I think this euro is beginning to find a foot. The trouble is with a market that's so heavily short is you could get an aggressive bounce if there's too many people sitting on shorts and it pushes higher. We could just capitulate and just drop down to 104 or 105 at least. But just I'm always very wary of markets that have been so heavily sold into, because you could get an aggressive snapback. So this 20 EMA has been quite clearly defining the trend. Every time it touches the 20 it sells. That's why I like the 20 EMA. The 20 EMA of all the moving averages is one of my favourite. I think it's a quicker indication of where the markets are, particularly when you get a good trend, and Euro US has been a good trend. So stay tuned. Obviously, we start cracking above, we start closing above 700, then this could bounce, break the low at 600, and we're going to see 105, 104 pretty quick. Anything else I'm interested in? No. Everything else is pretty flat. The US dollar yen, US dollar CAD is pretty flat. So let's look at gold and oil. So the world, this is a very bearish consolidation yesterday. Again, look at the 20 EMA. Every time we touch the 20 EMA on this one, we sell. So if we get too extended to the downside, we wait until we push higher and then we sell again. And at the moment, invents tomorrow as well as FOMC, so sit tight, don't engage that one at all, I would suggest at the moment, and see where we are. Gold. Yeah, the same story, strong dollar, we are heading lower, potentially. We'll even look as if we're going to close above these July lows. That's all I've got for you. I'll update you on stocks tomorrow. And like I said, join me for FOMC trading. And I know what I want to show you. On my events page here, have a look at this one here. Round the clock is this Thursday. I'm on at 2 o'clock talking about scalping. Now I've updated. Anybody who went on the scalper school is going to get a free entry to the next one because I've refined it, and I want you guys to come in and pick up on that refinement. Click here, register, because there's some really good speakers throughout the day. 12 speakers over 12 hours. I'm on at 2, so please join me. Take a look at who's on, pick the ones you're interested in, at least register so you get the recordings, even if you can't make it, and then join me. And if you're in Kiev just before Christmas, come and watch me in Kiev. And anybody else who you think may want to trade, direct them to this link here, because there's a regular Become a Trader event. Alright, take care and see you at the next update.